So we go all the way down here, and last prime number verse. Okay? And I want to impress upon you that prime number verses in the Quran are unique. Okay? That means that it doesn't matter if you have 128 or 129. If you have verses, or the added verses 128 and 129 in the Quran, this number stays the same. So the last prime number verse in the Quran is 114.5. Okay? And this number 114.5 can be factored into 5 times 9, 229. Okay? And 1145 composite happens to be 1364. 1364 is the number of verses from 1:1 to the end of Surah 9 if you add at the end of Surah 9 verses 128 and 129. Okay? Now let's see what happens. The indices of these prime factors, namely 5 and 229, are 3 and 50. And the index of 350 is 279, and look what 279 says. 279, Surah 2, verse 79 says, "Therefore woe to those who write the scripture with their hand and say this is from God to obtain a cheap material gain. Woe to them for what they wrote, and woe to them for what they gained." It's amazing, you see? This actually goes back to tell you that, yes, the place of those things that were added is 1364 verse from the beginning of the Quran. That's what it tells you. And that is mind-boggling. Okay? Now, 114.5 is the 1730th prime number verse from the beginning of the Quran, the last one. There are 1730 prime number verses in the Quran. It happens to be a composite. It happens to be the 1460th composite. 1460 happens to be factoring out into 2 times 2 times 5 times 73. And the indices of these prime factors are 1, 1, 3, and 21. This number, 11321, it happens to be a prime number. It happens to be the 1369th prime. 1369th verse from the beginning of the Quran, including the unnumbered opening statements, is verse 9127. Okay? That is amazing. That's amazing. So, and I thought I was finished, but I explained this to Milan. He called, and I explained it to him. And then he said the following about 350 and his index 279. If you add 350 to his index, which is a composite plus his index, gives you a number 1143, which is 9 times 127. Okay? So 1145 has that mission to actually prove that the number which is in the chapter 9 is supposed to be 127. This is absolutely mind-boggling. This is the one who sees the secrets and declarations. What is hidden and what is obvious. And that's what he tells us over and over and over again. That your actions and your deeds are being witnessed. Okay? And we are actually proving these things now to ourselves. Okay? These are the things that, as I said, absolute respect. You see it from these particles. You see it from your own fingerprints. Okay? That uniqueness of the creation that God has spread throughout the universe. Okay? And that is the amazing part, and how much respect and how much regards God has for his creation. That he tells us that all of these things are unique to me, including each finger. The tip of each finger of you is unique to me because it's unique only to you and no one else. And the question is, as I said, do we regard God as he should be regarded? That's what God says. And the answer is no. People think that these things are provided because we are smart or something like that. That's not the case. That provision comes exactly from God and no one else. Okay, that's the beauty of it. So I'm going to stop here and we'll finish off Juma. Allah Kabir.